welcome. And I'll invite you to take a few moments to come into your body, come into your breath, and to settle into this moment, whatever you might have just been doing up until now. Seeing if you can take a few moments to remember your body and remember. Just come back and embody your feet, your seat, and letting yourself breathe. This is such a privilege to be able to join together this morning, or whatever time you might be reviewing this meditation, to give yourself a few moments to breathe, a few moments to be, to let yourself let down, to pause and to take stock, just to see, where am I? How am I doing? And as you feel your feet, if your legs are crossed or if you're able to feel both feet on the floor, just uncrossing your legs if they're crossed, and feeling your seat in the chair or seat. Just invite you to remember your morning so far, or your day, or how your day started today. Just remembering how you felt when you first woke up this morning. Just seeing yourself in your mind's eye and recalling, what was the beginning of your day like today? What did you first notice? What was present for you in that morning time as you were starting to wake up? And I'd like to give permission for us to become aware, and also just to remember and to connect with. Sometimes there are feelings and thoughts and even worries at times. Perhaps a worry for our safety, or what's going to happen to us or our future, or perhaps a family member. A worry for ourselves or for others or for our world. I just want to make a little bit of room for each of us to acknowledge that sometimes we're afraid and sometimes we can feel scared. Even if we have a tremendous amount of trust and hope and joy, sometimes we all can feel scared. We're a little worried. Sometimes that trust is really pushed. Can I trust this? Can I trust this happening in my body? Can I trust this happening in this important relationship? Can I trust this happening in my unfolding work? Can I trust? Can I be with this? And can I keep breathing? So I'd just like to acknowledge that each of us have these moments of vulnerability and questions. Just remembering yourself this morning and whatever your experience was, and giving yourself permission to include all feelings, all states. Just remembering yourself in this moment and today as fully as possible. So the focus of our theme for our healthcare workers and integrative professionals group, and the focus for our meditation this morning, is one of trusting and knowing that we are safe in this moment right now. Even if there's parts of us that don't feel safe, I'd like to invite each of us to find our feet, to remember and to feel our breath, to feel our connection and the weight of our body, that weight, that sense of gravity. We are connected to the earth through gravity, through our body. We are magnetically and through the force of gravity, actually connected to the center of this planet. And it's our actual body mass that we're not just our minds, just thoughts, and we are also not just our bodies, but we are connected. So I'm inviting you to breathe and feel into an experience of safety and even an experience of oneness where you don't have to figure it out. You don't have to feel anything in particular. Allowing whatever is in your field of experience, visually, eyes closed, eyes open, whatever is in your heart, in your field of experience. Is it safe just to let yourself breathe and to let yourself be just for a few moments? Not having to do anything, not having to respond, not having to know. Not having to be right or to make it through, but simply letting go and surrendering just to yourself and your experience in this moment as a way to just bring in that sense of rest that we all deserve, to know that we're okay and that we're safe. I'd like to invite an awareness that we are cared for. We don't have to do it better. We don't have to figure out how we should be doing or saying or figuring things out differently. But in this moment, we are already cared for, remembered. We are felt. And we are just embraced by this moment and by nature, and also by the connections that we allow in and the receiving that we allow in from the world and from others, from nature. So seeing if you can let yourself receive as much of this as possible. And given that sometimes it can be hard and can have some resistance to letting ourselves rest or letting go or not holding onto our thoughts and to some of the very real pain we have moment to moment. So whatever your experience, whatever degree you're able to, let's just rest for a few minutes in wherever you are, whatever you might be sitting with, feeling, whatever might be present psychologically, spiritually, physically for you. Just knowing that you are not alone and that you are connected, not just to this group and not just to others, not just to your small network, but that you are connected as a human to nature and to this planet. And we're also connected in a much larger sense. We are known and felt and supported in a much larger sense, in whatever way that makes sense for you, whatever vocabulary or words or concepts. We are held. Let's see if we can let that in as much as possible in a few moments and breaths of silence. for a few moments, feeling the wholeness and the completeness of this moment in all of its imperfection, in all of our imperfection. You're okay. You're safe. You're taken care of. And as we begin to approach a transition and a completion of this meditation, if you're listening to this meditation later, you can also consider pressing pause and staying with yourself for a little bit longer. And as we're coming back and completing this meditation today, we'll be moving into an interactive portion of our meeting when we have a chance to share confidentially and safely, but also in an honest way about any challenges with feeling safe and creating health for ourselves. How we really do that in an imperfect way, and that's okay. We figure it out every day, and we have learning. We can share those insights with each other. And also just share what we're noticing for ourselves without needing to give advice or to save others and to save ourselves. We are safe already and do not need to be saved. So wiggling toes and fingers and coming back to yourself and to your breath and completing this meditation. And welcome back and have a beautiful day.